Evening everyone, I hope you're keeping well. This is Peter with you, Peter Sandwich, live on Saturday night, the 14th of January. Great pleasure to be with you. I've got two bets for Sunday, and I can tell you one of them is 14 to 1, runs at Southwell on the Sandown there, or the new service they've got there. It's 14 to 1 anyway, and I'll be giving that in a moment. And also one in Ireland at Punchestown, which is a win bet on the nose on a horse I expect to do the business. So two bets, one a big each way and one a straight win bet on the nose. If you put them in a double, actually, they'll pay around 66, maybe 80 to 1 the double. So you might want to do that as well. I'll leave it to you. But I'm having the single win bet, and I'm going to have an each way bet on the big prize 14 to 1 on down there at Southwell, down there in Newark. And more about those two bets in just 1 second. I'm very pleased with today's action, really. Three winners or three winning bets from four selections. 3 times we visited the payout counter. The biggest bet of the day, of course, was a horse called Dear Mark, which I told you, trained by Sam Thomas and ridden by Sam Tristan Davis, that I thought the horse was £7 to £10 in front of the opposition, and it solely duly proved it. Become very obvious from 2 to jump that the horse, barring accidents, would win. And Dear Mark, 15 to 8, won in a common canter on the bridle, on the steel, whichever way you want to call it. And I was absolutely delighted with that winner there. I hope you had a good few quid on it. Straight win bet there on Dear Mark. I don't often go short shots on this line because I tend to go 7 to 1, 8 to 1-ish. And as I say, 14 to 1 coming up to you in a moment. But the two other bets, which were both backed heavily today, were Cash to Ash, which was 8 to 1, that one placed each way. And Navy Drums opened up at 7 to 1, backed right into 7 to 2. A lot of people calling the line, so a lot of money going on these horses. 2,500 people phoned in or called in and watched the video cast from Friday afternoon right through till today. So 3 out of the 4 horses obliged each way, 2 of them. A straight win bet, of course, on Dear Mark. The other horse, Lord de Mesnil, finished 7th at Warwick. Didn't really run that good a race or that bad a race, a bit of a no race really. So one that got away there, but 3 out of the 4 didn't. They ran well, 2 big each ways, and a solid as a rock big win bet. I'm just going to have a drink of this water if you don't mind. I'm just going to be a frog in my throat. You must excuse me there. We are live, and I'm not going to redo it again. I wasn't going to redo the message yesterday again when I did this deliberate mistake of, saying it was St. Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I thought it was February. What's going on? I'm in the time tunnel, the time tunnel. Weird, wasn't it? Weird, wasn't it, eh? Weird. I don't know what happened. All I know is I kept thinking it was Valentine's Day. Maybe something's happening, eh? Something's happening. Maybe there's some red roses coming, maybe some yellow roses. I think it's yellow means I always love you, pink means I love you. I don't like red ones. I never send red flowers. I don't like red flowers. I always send bright flowers, and I always love that. I always send no red flowers, ever red flowers. But I say yellow roses means I always love you, and pink means I love you. Combination means I love you and always love you. And red, not for me. And I don't like it. I don't like it. It's funny, isn't it? Superstitions. I'm a really superstitious guy, and I don't like red flowers. So we'll leave it at that. But anyway, Valentine's Day, I've got another month yet to save up for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but it wasn't today. It was the 14th of January. But it was all right, wasn't it? Got a nice winner with Dear Mark. Very pleased with that. And the 2 each ways, Cash to Ash and Navy Drums, both placed. Would have been nice to get a winner there. But overall, the big bet of the day was Dear Mark, a straight win bet. As I say, I don't normally go short as that 15 to 8, but I did think it was an absolute past the post job. And that's why I gave it out first and left you no doubt that I thought it would. And it won in a canter, didn't it? Sometimes these horses, these short shots, they're like finding money on the street. You know, I used to know Big American Tips. They used to use that as his slogan. They call them handicappers over there. I know all the American tipsters. I went over there, met them all, and the Desert Inn, the hotel there, I had dinner with the biggest tipsters in America. Really amazing businesses over there, and learned a lot from those people actually. But I didn't want to get involved with them, so I stayed on this side of the water. But interesting people, and you know, It was a really interesting time. And they made a movie out of one or two of them, and a big film. Al Pacino starred in it, but I met them all over there and had dinner with them. And it was really interesting. In Las Vegas, it was in Las Vegas at the Wynn Hotel, which used to be the Desert Inn, which was a golf course, and it was on the 19th hole in the clubhouse. Really interesting. Anyway, that's another story. But I don't know where we went with that one. But anyway, that's lots to tell you. Some interesting stories there. But let's talk business, shall we, for tomorrow. Two bets. One's 14 to 1 and one's 4 to 1. The 4 to 1 is a straight win bet. After I've given you these, I shall be back online tomorrow at 6 o'clock for tomorrow, and that will be for Monday's action. Hope you had a good day today. If you had a bit of a punt yourself today, it's always hard on a Saturday, very competitive racing, very, very difficult ground conditions, etc. But Saturday's notoriously very, very difficult. But I don't think it's any difficult than any other day of the week. I did actually research it and look at the results over the last 20 years on Saturday compared to Monday to Friday. And it wasn't any difference at all. It wasn't any difference. No less favourites win. It's strange because you think it would be a bookie's day, and it seems to be, maybe because of the results sometimes. But overall, it's not. It's just the same. Mathematics seem to work out the same all the time, and it's no difference at all. On Monday, by the way, there's a big meeting taking place at Punchestown, and I've already got something strong lined up there for you, which I'm going to give you on this line. And also at Wolverhampton, as all weather, I've got an absolute knocker there lined up as well, and I'll give you that free as well on this channel. So all that's coming up tomorrow night on the Peter's Racing Tips free-to-air YouTube channel, and I want to thank you all of you, each and every one of you, for making a date with me this evening. Right, so as you can see, I'm still in the darkness here, decorating. They've moved everything out and whitewashing me, and soon be sorted. Soon be sorted, they said. They said that 2 years ago. Soon be sorted. And so shall we get on? Yeah, let's go to Punchestown for the first bet of this brace of bets. And I'm going to go win only. It is 4 to 1, and some people would want to back this each way because I can't see it coming out the frame and I can see it winning. It's a lovely mare, and I think she's got well, no, I always say that, but I'm telling you she's got a great chance. There is 8 runners go to post, and I can't see her coming out the 3, and I can see her winning. She's around 7 to 2, but there is 4 to 1 available, I believe, with Bet365 at the time of broadcasting. Philip Enright takes them out on number 8. It's called Light Parade. Light Parade. And I'm very, very sweet on it indeed. Runs off a mark of 94, and that looks a very, very, very lenient mark to me, and has got a great chance. It's priced to say at 4 to 1, and it's run last time out when it was third of 24 runners. That was a race actually where I tipped the winner. A horse called Neffin Beg won it at 33 to 1. I tipped Neffin Beg. I give it you free on here, 33 to 1, double carpet. But Light Parade came third in that race, and I think it's going to go 2 places better. It did win at Thurles at the time before, on the 3rd of November, Light Parade, and off a mark of 94, I think it's got a great chance, I really do. It won off a mark of 87 when it won, and it's gone up £7, but there was valid excuses last time out. It was left quite a long way out of its ground by Enright, who rides the horse again, and I wouldn't be surprised if he sticks a bit closer this time on the 6-year-old mare and wins. Number 8, Light Parade, in the 150 at Punchestown. That's the first bet of the day for Sunday's racing. The second bet runs at Southwell, and it's a big one. It's around about, I'm just looking now, it's 14 to 1 at the moment, so a very, very nice price, that's for sure. And, you know, my strike rate on this channel is 42.3 or something like that, really tight percentage, isn't it? 42% of my horses either win or place, at average price of 7 to 1. And today, once again, I get 4 bets, 3 of them come in, 2 places and a winner, 75%. So overall, that's overall over 2 and a bit years. Over 2 and a bit years. I started this channel in March 2020, and over those period of time, over those time, nearly 3 years actually, but over those times, I have hit 42% strike rate, and that's incredible. It wouldn't be incredible if it was all even money. You'd be doing your brains and it would be rubbish, but they're not. The prices I'm picking are huge. You know, 33 to 1 winners on here, 20 to 1 winners, commonplace, and I'm giving you free. You know, it's not a question of short shots. Average price 7 to 1 in the last 3 years, almost. You know, you're talking incredible each way betting, minimising the downside, and maximising the upside. So that's what this is happening on this, my big shop window channel, and it's so to proven that it's absolutely flying, and long may it continue. Well, it'll only continue if you keep winning, won't it? If you don't win, you won't continue. That's what this is all about. It's all about winning, and if you don't win, prepare to meet thy doom, isn't it? Like most tipsters, retire to room 901 gracefully, or ungracefully they are ejected, because the punters don't want to touch them with a barge pole. And so you only stay if you win. You might do brilliant things at marketing, you might do a million different things. But unless you win, it's game over. And that's why there have been so many tipsters come and gone. I've been in this business since I was mid-30s as a tipster. And before that, I worked 15 years, over 50 years in the industry. So I have 50 years in it. But, you know, the actual tipping business, I've done it for 30 years. And nobody has done that. There's only me, last man standing, 30 years. And, you know, that's the only way you can do that. And other people will tell you other things. They can say what they like. But the only way you do it is if you pick winners. That's it. It doesn't matter what you do. You will not stand, unless you do anything for 30 years, you better be very, very good at what you do. Because you can't be a plumber for 30 years. You can't be an electrician for 30 years. You know, you're just not going to happen, is it? You're going to either blow someone's house up or you're going to flood it. It's not going to happen, is it? You know, so unless you are absolutely top notch at what you do, you won't, you know, a doctor or anything, you won't stay the distance. And that's what I've done and I'm continuing to do. Through hard work, very hard work and experience, and it's time consuming to keep studying and researching and using all your contacts. You know, you're working maybe 14, 16 hours a day, 100 hours a week. Most people want to work half hour a week and get rich. But that might be the case if you're very lucky and strike lucky somewhere. But in reality, that doesn't happen. It's all about hard work and putting the hours in and the groundwork and using experience of what you're good at and paying for the tools of the trade to computerise form and everything else, and you know, and then paying for information. It's no quick track. There's no fast track to riches. There's none. It's hard work. And if you get fast track to riches, you lose it probably faster. Anyway, with all that in mind, I don't know why I said all that. I just wanted to have a chat with you. And it's been a long day. It's been a tiring day today. A lot of racing and a lot of things happening. But we go again tomorrow. Let's do it all again tomorrow. And the 12.50 at Southwell. I'm pretty sweet on a horse here, which is a good price, trained by Tim Easterby and ridden by David Allen. It's number 7. It's called Revocable. I think that's what I pronounce it, Revocable. It's number 7 anyway. Revoke your bull. Revocable. Trained by Easterby, ridden by David Allen. I think it's got a really good chance, to be honest with you, off a mark of 58, £2 lower than last time when it ran at Southwell and finished 8th of 14. Was unlucky there. David Allen rode it last time out. It finished 8th of 14. A horse called Silk Pass won the race, and it was in a bad position. David Allen got it in a bad position. I like David as a jockey, but he got it into a bit of a fix and couldn't get out, and he was trapped. It's going up in distance today to a mile, or Sunday, I should say, to a mile from 7 furlongs, and that's going to be right up its street, literally. And I think this one's got a really good chance. I think it'll probably be backed into about 8s or 7s, and I think it'll frame, and I think it might win. It's number 7, Revocable. Very, very good chances. The form is not exactly what it seems on paper. I think it's got 3 or 4 duck eggs, 3 duck eggs next to its name, but it could well have a 1 next to its name after tomorrow, even though it's a big price. I think the money will come for it. Number 7, Revocable, and it goes in the 12.50 at Southwell. Well, that's it. It's not Valentine's Day today at all, was it? What in the world come over me? Who knows? But there was a lot of people wanted to send me all sorts of chocolates and flowers and all sorts. We'll have to wait another month. Listen, take it easy. Have a wonderful night, whatever you're doing. Take it easy. Tomorrow comes quick. Big day tomorrow. Not a bad day today. 3 out of the 4 horses got you to the paddock counter, including the nap of the day, bolting up, hacking up, 15 to 8. And that's it for now. Winners, winners, winners is what we're after. I've given 2 bets for tomorrow, Light Parade and Revocable. I wish you the absolute best. And all I can say is go get them.